for the past 10 years, passed very quickly. This 19th IT&CMA and also the 14th CDW has already been in Thailand for the last 10 years, or for the last decade. Thailand has been an ideal host for this WB event, and the modern facilities and the warm hospitality has kept us all coming back year after year. The continuous growth of Thailand as a MICE business leisure travel destination is the perfect backdrop for our ever-growing event. Our theme this year, Winning Asia and Beyond, is relevant on many fronts. For our delegates, we trust that the event is a winning one that achieves their many global business objectives. To us, as event organizer, this is a goal we have realized over the last few years. We have indeed won the support of the MICE and corporate travel industry in Asia and across the world. This year's show statistics clearly reflect the event's success. I'll just talk a little bit about statistics. Pre-event registration for 2011 hit an all-new high with a total of 2,457 delegates from 60 countries and territories. This comprises of 827 exhibitors hailing from 335 exhibiting companies and organizations across 20 countries occupying a gross area of 5,000 square meters. About 491 buyers and corporate travel managers from 56 countries. Our buyers profile represents the cream of the crop, with buyers having annual purchasing power of up to $2 million. How do we get $2 million? Basically, based on our survey, every year, the buyers indicate what sort of purchasing power. So we're talking about just buying from this event. So that the buyers have the potential to buy up to $2 million at this show itself. Some 145 conference delegates attending CDW Asia Pacific, hailing from 20 countries, and a total of 121 international and local media attending from 28 countries. Now, we are also proud to share some of the IT&CMA and CDW exciting show achievement. On the business front, the steps we have taken to attract the best MICE and corporate travel buyers in the industry, increase business opportunity, and generate quality leads at IT&CMA and CDW have borne fruits. Exhibitors' participation has reached an all-time high, and with new company comprising of 45% of the total. Returning exhibitors have also increased their investment in booth space this year. The event has had a major breakthrough in the Indo-China region, with up and coming MICE destinations like Cambodia and Vietnam debuting at this event. An exciting foray into Europe was achieved this year, with Poland choosing IT&CMA and CDW as the right platform to showcase itself as a MICE destination. Pattaya's MICE city has more than tripled the exhibition space from 18 square meters to a whopping 60 square meters, while Chiang Mai has doubled its space from 18 square meters to 36 square meters. Sri Lanka Convention City has also increased its space from 18 to 24 square meters. This year, destination states like Hyderabad Convention Bureau, Seoul, and Sabah have emerged from their country pavilions to participate as standalone exhibitors. We have also launched the enhanced Shell Scheme booth this year. Sri Lanka Convention Bureau is the first to feature this new booth this year. And this scheme will be made available to exhibitors in 2012. Thailand Country Pavilion and its MICE City cluster continue to be our largest exhibitors with almost 500 square meters. This year has also been a great year for buyers' participation. We have once again achieved 50% new buyers and corporate travel managers, and thus ensuring that IT&CMA and CDW constantly injects fresh buying demand. Buyers this year hail from 13 countries, rather the new buyers coming from 13 countries and territories such as Argentina, Cambodia, Denmark, Egypt, Iran, Latvia, Lebanon, Macedonia, Myanmar, Saudi Arabia, Korea, and Taiwan. We have partnered key associations across the world to help validate registration and ensure that the best buyer attend the event. After this stringent quality check, we have an impressive buyer to exhibitor ratio of 1.5 buyers to 1 exhibiting company. On the corporate travel manager front, we have an encouraging turnout of 125 participants from 19 countries this year. Now, based on your feedback, we're happy to introduce a delegate media system this year. Delegates can submit written requests at the brand new pigeonhole feature at the global media zone, stating which media they would like to meet. The meeting will then be scheduled as per media and delegates' mutual convenience. The pigeonhole is not the only new platform for interaction this year. We also have 108 square meters hosted delegates lounge, sponsored by Busan Metropolitan City, as well as networking zone, which feature a corporate gifts showcase and a networking area for all delegates that include the buyers and the sellers. In an effort to reduce the eco footprint, as well as the load on your shoulder, we have thumb drives for all media this year. These are pre-loaded with all the press releases, newsletter, event brochure, and other media materials so that you may have all the necessary information at your fingertips. The daily press releases for 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th October, as well as the event picture highlight captured the day before each business day, will also be made available on IT&CMA website and on the desktop of computer, as well as at our well-appointed media center. For everything else, there is the internet easily accessed with your personal free Wi-Fi passes. On the learning front, we have always placed a lot of importance in the educational portion of our event. This is clearly visible in the quality of our seminars, conferences, and that of the organization we partner with. The topic and speakers this year are specially selected to add great value to the seminar and conference session. We have a lineup of 25 speakers and panelists from across the world covering our IT&CMA and CDW seminars and conferences, and the general sessions over the next 3 days. Once again, we've partnered with the Australian Society of Association Executive and the Canadian Society of Association Executive, as well as the Global Business Travel Association, to conduct the association professional competency certification course and corporate travel expert certification course, respectively. Incidentally, GBTA will be revamping their corporate travel certification course for 2012, from 2012 onwards. And this is the last year that they'll be offering the CTE certification. GBTA will be holding the 10th Global Travel Management Exchange for global travel managers as well. Now, on the networking front, nothing combines business and pleasure like our well-planned social functions and networking activities. I hope most of you registered for and attend at least one of our 4 pre-show city tours around our wonderful host city of Bangkok yesterday. This tour were available only to the international media and buyers. Tonight, I look forward to seeing you all at the opening ceremony and welcome cocktail function at the Intercontinental Hotel Grand Ballroom. Thailand Convention and Exhibition Bureau promised an extravaganza that is fitting for this celebration of our 10-year-long relationship or partnership. Tomorrow is packed with exciting functions, starting with the hosted lunch by Presenting Destination Singapore. This is our first ever presenting destination, and we look forward to your participation. The lunch will be followed by MEHK Sundowner and cocktail reception, hosted by Meeting Exhibition Hong Kong and Grove. Rather than narrowing this sentiment down to a single theme, going forward, We want the event to stand by itself, and for the industry and the people it represents. The feeling of the new beginning brings me to now the second piece of news that I want to share with you today. In August 2012, TTG will be adding on another international MICE event to its fold. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we shall be launching IT&CMA, IT&CM India in 2012. Now, adhering to the proven format of our event, IT&CM India shall be a MICE business, education and networking event that provides opportunity for promoting India to the world and the world to India. I just want to take a moment here to explain. Now, as far as we are concerned, IT&CMA is a mother of ITCM show. Right? It's basically the Asia Pacific show, promoting Asia Pacific to the world and the world to Asia Pacific. As far as India is concerned, because of the potential huge market in its own, and that particular show will be targeting at promoting India to the world and to India alone. Of course, you also know that we have IT&CM China, and that is promoting China to the world and the world to China. That doesn't mean to say that the Indian exhibitor would not be here, because we are looking at, basically, the positioning is totally different. So we ourselves consider IT&CMA as the mother of all IT&CM show, the key show here. Now, it will also be the first in the IT&CM series event and the only platform in the world that will offer international leading Indian exhibitors and buyers to showcase and procure luxury travel. When I say first, because it's taking on in August, all right? Next year, however, just to also announce to everybody that IT&CMA and CDW will also be adding on a luxury travel to its ambit. So now, next year onwards, IT&CMA will also have a luxury travel component. Now, of course, the question will come from the sellers. Now, you're going to add, how does it work? Now, obviously, we're targeting at this niche high-end group of the MICE as well as the luxury travel. And, this is basically the high-end group for all potential market as well as for travel suppliers. So we reckon that this will go very well.